Hello, Mitchell. I have your submitted 1.05 program, so I want to review that with you. Let's take a look. Okay, looking in Buzz, this is all I see right here. So I go to look at the template where you're supposed to submit everything. I go to Google Classroom. Let's see, here is your template. Let's see, I don't see any of the pseudocode, so that's missing. Let me go down here to your Okay, you didn't insert a copy of your program here, and you didn't answer the question. This is 20 points of the right here, just answering the questions after you write your program. So we're missing that you did nothing on the template at all. But let's take a look at your program then. So let me copy your program and put it in a Python programming window. We paste that. We run the program. It has a syntax error on line 1. So did you run this? Did you try to debug this? Did you do anything when you wrote this to test it? Because I'm not getting past line 1. Well, you can't capitalize define. Now it gives you line 5. Apparently you have many main functions. You're supposed to have one main function, tell Python, this is my main function. This is where I want you to run my stuff. But you said, this is my main function. And then you said, nope, wait, this is my main function. Then you said, no, wait, this is my main function. Which one's your main function? You capitalize that again. Now let's clear it and run it. EOF in multi-line statement. I'm not even sure what that error is. It may have something to do with you don't have a ending parentheses. There's not an ending parentheses on that print statement. Let's clear that and run that. Yeah, that was it, because it didn't have an end. It was going forever. It didn't know where the end of file was. Nothing is happening. Well, there's probably a couple of reasons nothing's happening. One thing is you never ended your program, because at the very end, you got to tell it when your program is over. Underneath the define main, you got to say, okay, there's the end. You got to tell it end of my program. And when I do that, it's only going to go to this last one. What's your favorite color? Crimson. Your favorite color is crimson, comma. The reason I skip all these is because it doesn't have an ending to those. If we delete this, and we delete this, and look, now we have one main function now. Define main, and then do all of these things as part of my main function. And here's the end of my program. Now I should do all of those if they're written correctly. Nope, the unindent doesn't match. You have way too many spaces in here. You only have to have like 4 spaces. And they all have to be consistent inside the main function. It doesn't like your level of indentation there, so. Yeah. There we go. Now let's try it. Everything's indented the same. What is your name? Mr. Brock. Favorite food? We'll just say pizza and crimson. Okay, so now that actually does have 3 input statements that run, but I had to do a lot of work to get there. I had to correct a lot of the things you have wrong. Let's go back and see what all your program is supposed to do. In the template, it tells us decide on an interactive conversation. Okay. Should have at least interactive prompts. You have that. They weren't written correctly. We had errors, but you did have that. Input from the user should be assigned to variables. Okay. You have assigned this one to answer, this one to answer, and this one to answer. They all use the same variable. At least once use indexing and slicing. You did not do any index or slicing. That is from lesson 1.04, which was the previous lesson, where we learned about slicing out a character or slicing out a few characters from a word or from a term. And you have none of that in this program. Use concatenation to join literals and string values. Okay, you have that. That's this plus sign in the print. You're concatenating your favorite food with answer with a comma. This is missing. We already said that. No pseudocode. Code the program using Python idle. Using comments, type a heading that has your name, date, and description. That's missing. If they just printed out all these programs and turned it in, handed it to me, I wouldn't know whose program this is. You did not put your name on it, date, short description. Use meaningful names. You did not use meaningful names. Used answer for everything. Okay, that is not meaningful. If this program was 100 lines long and down at the end, I said, okay, let's print answer, and we wouldn't have any idea what it is. In fact, on yours, it would change. The answer on yours would change every time. If I moved all these print statements to the end, which we could do that, we could put all the inputs together. See, we could put all the inputs together and say, okay, we don't need print statements up here. We're just going to get all the input, and then we'll print it all at the same time. Like we can do that. Say, okay, first thing in my program is I'm going to get all the inputs, and then I'm going to print all the inputs. Well, if I did yours, Mr. Brock, what's your favorite food? Pizza. Favorite color is crimson. The way yours is written, my favorite food's crimson, your name is crimson, your favorite color is crimson. But if these had meaningful names, what is your name? Name equals. What is your favorite food? Maybe I'll call this fave food. Maybe I'll call this fave color. Fave color. Then I went down here. So your favorite food is fave food. Your name is name, and your favorite color is fave color. If this showed up 200 lines later in the code, I'd still know what that is because fave color means something. Answer didn't really tell me what I expect to have there. Mr. Brock, pizza, crimson. See, now it keeps it all separate variables. They're all stored individually in their own variable names that we understand. If I use name, I expect that's their name because that's what I saved it as. So that's what it means by use meaningful variables. Use meaningful variables. And then use the Python style conventions. So you got some of it, you got the interactive prompts, but you're missing a lot. Not having the pseudocode, not answering the questions about your program afterwards. You didn't even insert your code here. You're missing out on a lot of points because you're not doing it. It's like you're just in a rush to get it done and turn it in. Well, then I'm just in a rush to throw a few points at it and move on. Take your time. Make sure you've got everything. Use the templates. That's what they're there for. So I'm getting you this video feedback to help you going forward, make you a better programmer, help you understand what you're missing and what you need to do better. So I'll get this edited and to you. So we'll see you in class.